Hey guys, so today I'm going to be comparing a few apps and telling you which one in my opinion is the best music streaming app. A while ago, this medium was completely dominated by Pandora, but there's a lot of competitors out there now, and this is going to be the best in my opinion. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to be comparing iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Slacker Radio, Pandora, and Rdio. So let's start with iHeartRadio. Now this is actually also a radio channel that had a streaming service, and it's evolved from there. It's still a channel, I believe, though I don't listen to much radio, and let's just start here. Now as you can see, it lets you pause and play, obviously. You have a limited amount of skips. You can add a song to favorites. There you can dislike or like. Disliking skips to the next song, and it tailors your songs as how you like them. Now if you go back home or anywhere, you can see that you can actually choose what you're playing in the notifications, and it does access the lock screen feature, and that's really scary. So you can pause and play from there. And it also has some nice features, such as you can set an alarm clock and you can have it play one of your favorite stations. You can set a sleep timer, so when you want to go to sleep, and it'll stop playing music. Of course, there's account settings, and it has an exit app, even though every phone has a home button, but, you know. And, let's see, that's about it for iHeartRadio. It's pretty simple. Oh, got a notification there, hang on. Okay. Uh, you have, oh, you also have live radio, which is very interesting. So you can listen to live stations over the internet. Uh, it has different types of stations, so you can choose, for example, station, artist, song, so on. So that's about it for iHeartRadio. Next up, you have Spotify. Spotify has been the most popular for quite a while now, and I can kind of see why. It doesn't let you play specific tracks, but most of these don't. And let's see, once again, you can pause and play. You can skip to the next one. You only get a certain amount of skips though. It's automatically set to shuffle unless you have premium. And once again, it does allow for notifications. Did I pause there? Okay. Yeah. It does allow for notifications to play, and it does give you the background as well, according to what you're listening to. Now, I believe that the background on the lock screen only works in 4.4 or above, so that's something to keep in mind. Next up is something that's a bit more interesting. SoundCloud isn't really a music streaming app, or at least not by itself. Um, let's see. It allows for things like you can not only listen to music, but also any audio files that people add. It's a bit like, it has a more social aspect to it. Let's see, let's go to study, and let's see. And it does let you play without actually having to shuffle any playlists or anything. It just starts up, and you can also add comments, as you can see there, to specific areas of it, so that's quite interesting. Pause and play, obviously, and it does also have this feature, and I believe this also accesses the lock screen. Yeah, it also does. So that's SoundCloud, and I use SoundCloud actually. It's one of the few apps that I use that I'm comparing today. Not so much for music, but for podcasts and audio files other than music. Anyways, next up there's Slacker Radio. Now Slacker Radio is not so much radio. I mean, it's kind of radio. I don't think it lets you listen to live radio though. Let's see, let's go with top stations and today's hits. Now, once again, it also has the lock screen, and it goes into your notification panel as well. And here's an interesting thing. You can get lyrics for a song, but you have to have a subscription to get the full lyrics to a song. You can add it to favorite, you can share songs, you can add them to playlists. Once again, it's pretty simple stuff. You can also have separate playlists and pre-decided playlists and so on. Okay, let's see, that was Slacker Radio. Let's go to Rdio next. Now, Rdio has been set to have a really nice interface. Takes a while to start up, I don't know why. But it's been set to have a really nice interface, and it does have a nice looking interface, I'll give it that. And once again, you can go offline if you're upgraded, but I am not, so I won't. You can play random stations, and it also has the notification and the lock screen, as you can see there. And let's see, it will also, what was I going to say? You can also search, and there are people, there's genres, and you can create a station out of virtually anything. It's a bit like Pandora in that regard. And speaking of Pandora, there it is. Now, Pandora was king for a really long time, but it's not really king anymore. Let's see, let's go to Daft Punk Radio, and we'll skip this song. Okay. Now, as you can see here, it does have a pretty cool feature where you can swipe up and adjust the volume. And there are ads, but you can upgrade so there aren't. And you can click on something and it'll give you lyrics, and it gives you the full lyrics, so that's kind of cool. And the ads can get pretty obtrusive sometimes. And it also has it doesn't actually let you pause and play from notifications, which is interesting. You click on it and it'll go to the Pandora app itself, but it does let you pause and play from lock screen, so that's interesting. I guess it's so they can get more ad revenue or something. And you can't swipe it away, sadly. So, okay. Of those, what would be my favorite personally? I use SoundCloud and Spotify the most. Now, I use Spotify for a specific reason, and that's because they have this audio selection, which will automatically select songs for you. And a lot of these services have that, but it's the only one that I find reliable. Like, it actually gives me songs that I like, so it's not completely infuriating. And I listen to SoundCloud um, not for say songs, but more for podcasts. So those are my two choices. But be sure to let me know the music streaming app that you prefer below. I also really like iHeartradio, so. But, you know, and of course there's always YouTube for music, but this was streaming apps specifically meant for music, and YouTube is not that. I also use Songza, but that's not really the same. Songza lets you, for example, it's Sunday evening, play music for whatever it is you're doing, let's say relaxing at home, and then it'll give you genre choices, and then it'll pick a song of those. I kind of like it, but once again, the song list can be pretty infuriating. How's that battery? Okay. Well, that was my opinion on the best music streaming app. Mine was Spotify or SoundCloud. And be sure to let me know yours in the comment below. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.